Taxi Driver?
Taxi Driver.
With Queen Latifah and Jimmy Kimmel?
No.
Jimmy Fallon?
No.
Which
Robert De Niro.
Okay. Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode with Time for More podcast, and I'm Ducky, and then we got Kay.
Hi. So I'm Kay. I'm a marketer. Yeah.
No, you just introduce yourself
Kay,
however way you want to. I can't say your full name, so
Okay.
I just say Kay.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm Kay. I'm from South Africa, and I am a marketer at Cutback.
What's your full name?
Kutlwano.
All right, there we go. There we go. And we have a special guest today named Joel.
Hi, Joel or Joel in British English. Yeah, my name's Joel and I'm from the UK. I've been living in Korea for 8 years and I love making videos. I love chatting to old Korean people because I feel like that's where I find some of the best life.
Old Korean people.
Old Korean people, just like yourself.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I already feel this need to like...
Attack the
Attack.
Korean.
He's very attackable. I get it.
Yeah, wow. All right, on to the next podcast. Well, just to kind of like warm this up, I have a special game for you guys.
Okay.
As both of you guys have mentioned, you're not from America, but I think there are a lot of iconic noises that you guys should know.
Noises.
It's not necessarily from America,
Okay.
but universally known. And let's just have a little game. Whoever wins, I'll buy them more coffee at the end of this, okay?
More
All
caffeine.
right.
Yeah. Okay?
And will the loser get more coffee as well?
The loser gets 3 coffees.
I would like coffee.
Oh, so we need to lose.
Yeah, so you need, no, when you win, I'll buy you coffee. When you lose, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I'll go easy. This is the first sound, okay?
Netflix.
Oh, it's a speed game. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
This one I'll play for like 3 seconds, and you have to kind of guess what it is.
Oh, Nintendo Wii.
Can I get more specific?
Switch.
Sports. It was something sports.
Science
Wii
Wii
Sports.
Sports.
There she goes.
I never had a Wii.
Really? All right, so you got 1-1 right now. We'll do 3 more.
Office.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't.
Okay.
I watched it, but like I wasn't like an avid fan.
This one's a fun one, okay?
The alarm clock for
Is that
iPhone
like
or something.
Skype?
It's universally known.
Is it WhatsApp cool? Oh, it's timer.
No, it's an app.
It's an app.
Zoom?
Do you recognize the sound?
Is
though?
it
No, it's not
is it an
FaceTime.
Android or Apple thing? Is it like that?
No. Everyone uses it, especially when you travel.
When you travel.
It's Uber.
Uber has a sound?
When you get linked with the car, this noise comes out.
No.
No.
But you've heard it. You guys have all
I've
used
definitely
Uber
heard
before.
Yeah,
have
but
you used Uber?
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy.
It's gonna get harder, but actually this one's a fun one. I'm just gonna throw it in as a wild card.
oh, I know this one.
Is it Facebook? So it's a notification for.
I know this one.
It's because there's so much pressure they don't know.
I really know this one.
Do I play it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you put your charger in your MacBook. Nailed it.
I've never got that sound ever.
All right, last one. So right now,
Okay.
technically it's
2-2?
2-2-1. He's got the Uber one. You guys might not know this one, but maybe K. Okay.
A Subway Surfer.
What did you say?
Subway Surfer.
Subway.
It's a game. It's like a game where
Oh,
there's
it's
this
like
kid.
a-
Yeah, and he's on like a skateboard, and there's literally like trains everywhere, and he has to kind of dodge them and collect coins.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's fun.
You know,
yeah.
like Temple Run back in the day?
Yeah.
Subway Surfer was probably the next
Oh, cool.
game that came out like after Temple Run.
Yeah.
Subway Surfer is like the most watched game at the moment because of TikTok.
Is that the one they put on the Brook and Jubal or whatever it's called?
Yeah. Kay, you're the winner.
Yay!
You are more woke. Oh, no, sorry, that's not the word.
I don't think that's
You
the
are,
word.
you are more tapped in. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Kay, I'll buy you coffee after the show.
I
Joel,
actually owe him a coffee, so that's funny. I
all
just
right.
got rid of my debt.
Just cancel that. Back to the real podcast. Joel,
Ducky.
thanks so much for coming by and wanting to be on this. And we just kind of like want to get to know more about you and the viewers to hear more about your life and what you do, if you want to just like go into that first. What do you do now, and why do you do it?
What do I do? What does one do? Yeah. What does one ever really do in their life? Yeah, I mean, wow. Where do you start? Like, because what I'm doing now is a consequence of lots of decisions I made in earlier life, and lots of experiences, a lot of things I live in Korea. Like, I live in South Korea. It's a crazy concept to some extent, but that's based on experiences. I guess right now, to keep it relatively brief, I make content. I studied film years and years ago. Went into documentary filmmaking for a while, and then within the last year or so, I've been just making more more fun content, where I go and I just explore Korea, a lot of restaurants and a lot of kind of older culture, with my 360 camera, and edit it together, make some fun stories, things that I capture. So yeah, I guess ultimately YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, my kind of mediums at the moment.
So I went to film school too.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. What did you major in, by the way?
Film. It was called Film and Video. It was London
okay.
College of Communications, University of Arts. Yeah.
Yeah, we had film and TV.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm just curious, kind of like, as somebody who went to film school, I think when I look at like where the people who went to film school are today,
Right.
it's very easy to go into like something else. So like marketing or whatever the case is. So like, how did you manage to stay in the film space? Like, did you make an active effort to do it, or like?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You know what? It's kind of ironic because I was very pretentious. I was very like, I'm the kind of person like, it's so fascinating. I remember from an early age, 4 years old, I went to the cinema. It's the first. My mum always tells this story. She's like, it's the first time you ever sat still. So I'm very like, a little bit ADHD, a little bit like, love to do loads of stuff, but film was really where I found like storytelling, like this profound sense of just this bigness to it, a way of telling stories that I learned so much about humanity through storytelling in the movies. And it's kind of paradoxical in one sense. I'm the kind of person where, especially when I was studying film, I could watch paint dry and find it fascinating. Because you go through, you start to learn a language. It's like everything has meaning. Mm-hmm. And I think that's dwelt in me from an early age. Like, everything's so stimulating. It's like, what does the shadow represent on the wall behind you? Or like, whether it's you looking at like the way light travels and the way the camera reacts to that, or this shot. Why have you chosen to remove the camera from, like, distance it from the people? And what does it look like to, what does that bring to the storytelling? What is the meaning behind that? So, however, boring or slow something might, or art house, or something might feel, I think there's a profound element to it, where I find myself through that language searching for meaning, and that's incredibly stimulating. So there's movies where like they're shot in like one take, or there's shots where it's just even the camera doesn't move, and it's just there's not much happening, but even in that stillness, there's a thought where my mind is considering all these deep, like, what does this mean? How does this relate to life? How does this?
Why are you making us stay here in that moment?
So I had this like incredible kind of want to make almost, I don't want to use like negative words like slow or boring or anything like that, but like kind of more arty kind of cinema. And I think I realized very soon on that it was quite suffocating in one sense to storytelling. And I think what over the journey that I've been on, I've been able to make kind of certain documentaries and done a bit of work in TV and in the film industry, but not like a lot. I've got to travel the world, different countries through different jobs I've done in terms of capturing certain things. But where I'm at right now feels like so far from I'm going to make an art house feature film, which was my university. It was the language that I learned and was taught. But it's I've gone on this amazing journey where I've kind of understood certain aspects about myself, and then also on top of that, we now live in back then, I graduated in 2010, I think it was. So that's 15 years ago. Oh my gosh, when did I got old suddenly.
It's okay. It happens.
I'm still young. But it's crazy. Like, I didn't have a smartphone when I was at university. Like, that just blows
that is crazy,
blows
yeah.
my mind,
Yeah.
right? But now we have, I could literally shoot something on a device, and what that does is it creates moments that are easily accessible and we can capture. It lowers the quality to some extent. It lowers maybe the thought process that goes into the preparation of the story. But what I love moments. And so what I've kind of found myself doing now is like I'm capturing moments that aren't aesthetically maybe shot in the most amazing way, but I found, literally in the last few years, like 360-degree cameras have become a thing. And before it felt like they're more of a gimmick. I mean, now I feel like I can hold it, walk into a space, and it's just everything is there, like different perspectives. I get choice in the edit. Like, do I want to focus on my response, my reaction, this person over here? And what that's allowed me to do is just, make lots and lots of things that work, things that don't work. Like, I put out short stories and no one watches it, and it's fine. I put out another short story, and loads of people go, this is beautiful, this is authentic, this is a beautiful moment you've captured, and not all moments are equal in that sense. Yeah. So I've found like a real freedom from ultimately wanting to be this feature film director, which is an incredibly tough journey, I think, to get into that. And especially when you have to really start at the bottom, work your way up, and it's very competitive, and there's no money. Like, right now, like Hollywood, for instance, it's crazy. There's like, they're saying since there's no DVD sales anymore, it's so hard to budget movies. So
it's
a lot of
Netflix or bust, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
I think of some friends who it was a very international crowd in university. And I've got some friends who one guy in Japan who's absolutely smashing it. He started as a music video director, and he's doing like feature film and shorts and stuff. And his work's amazing. I'm so proud of him. A great guy. But it's taken a toll in one sense as well. And not everyone, like, out of the 60 people on my course, I think it's him and maybe one other person who's really become like feature film directors, which is amazing. Yeah. But
that checks out. Yeah,
it's such a tough thing. And I've made short documentaries, but it's such a tough journey. Yeah.
What's your all-time favorite film right now then, at the moment?
All-time favorite. So when I was 15 or 16, I watched Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver. Okay. And
Taxi Driver with Queen Latifah and Jimmy Kimmel?
No.
Sorry, Jimmy Fallon?
No.
Oh, okay, different.
That's just Taxi, I think.
Which
Robert De Niro.
It's a good movie though.
So you know the line, you talking to me?
Oh yeah.
You talking to me?
You talking to me? That was the first time I encountered that, so I assume I think it was from that film, unless he was quoting it. But it's all about a guy who he's like an insomniac. He's just come back from the Vietnamese War, and he's a taxi driver, and he goes around in New York and he says, one day I wish the rain will come and wipe all the scum away. And I think it was the first time I realized there was an association of good and bad played out through a character, the observation of a character who, through this vehicle, he drives around and he just observes. And like, his mental state's not in the great place. There's political elements to the movie and different things like that. And he's definitely probably the first anti-hero that I encountered in film. And I think just in terms of the acting and the directing, it was like phenomenal. It blew me away. I haven't seen it in a long time, but that was a film that kind of was like, I wanna make films. And then I watched a lot of kind of British movies as well that kind of inspired me. A director called Shane Meadows. One of his more recent-ish works, This Is England. But yeah, quite socially aware, like films that kind of tell stories through, tell stories about an imperfect world, ultimately, through imperfect people.
I get the vibe that you kind of like imperfect subject matter. Like, you don't care about, like, is this angle, like, squeaky clean or whatever the case is. I think you find kind of the beauty in, like, what's not, like, kind of the rough, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm getting that vibe from you.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's something about, like, when things become clinical, and I think, like, this is a fascinating observation of the last 8 years of living in Korea. There is, like, one of the things I love about Korea, don't get me wrong, is that things work here. I come from London, where we boast the oldest, the first ever subway system. But the problem with that is it's like 200 years old and it doesn't really work, and you can't really build, it's so hard once, the infrastructure is not there. So it's great when you can rebuild infrastructure in a way where things are functional. And then there's also something lost in that kind of culture of redevelopment. You lose stories. You lose kind of the history of what that place once used to be, and it's replaced with something clean. And there's nothing wrong with, like, I'm not a dirty person, but there's something. But there's something. I think the real stories are found in those places because they hold history, and a lot of history is just, there is a dark side to it. I like to look for hope in those places, but when you rebuild something, it's like, a fresh start, a new story, but it just takes time for those places to feel like they have life. So a lot of my content is really visiting, in Korea, what you call dolpo.
Yeah.
Or,
like a hole in the wall.
A hole in the wall kind of 식당.
They say, like, the dodgier it looks, the better the food.
Oh, I do agree to that, but maybe not in America.
Yeah.
Maybe everywhere else, but yeah.
And not in South Africa either, actually.
All right. Go at your own risk, everybody. But I do agree to it. That is a very Asian saying, where it's like, places that only take cash, or it looks like not modern, they spend all their money on the quality of the food versus the quality of the decorations or gimmick in some sense. Yeah. So I agree.
Like places of history and places of, texture. Those are the places where I think that I find personally stories are breaking through of, for me as a British person living in Korea, like, I think you can break through a kind of invisible barrier, almost a visible wall, to kind of then not necessarily integrate, but just have a conversation with someone in broken Korean. Yeah.
Is it just me? All of a sudden, like, we went from this, like, really fun game to, like, very deep.
It just got, like, very deep. Yeah.
In a great way. Like, not that there's any format to this podcast yet, but it's, like, crazy to feel that, like, jolly, fun activity. And then it's, like, you just got really, like, deep. It's not even anything about something specific. It's just, like, film and how you feel about movies.
Right.
I feel like conversations with creatives always tend to go that way. Like, I feel like 1 second you'll be talking about, like, the stupidest meme and how it's completely brilliant, about how they've just managed to hack, like, the human psychology to be like, oh, this is great. But it's actually just, like, meme.
Right.
And then next thing you'll be like, but what about Tarantino and whatever, or, like, what about, this really random art film, like, I don't know, an Andalusian dog or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. Even in the smallest things within film can mean so much.
Right.
I think when you do, like, the dissection of, for example, like Parasite, the angles of it all change based off the family. Once they start making money, the camera angle is more up because you're looking to them. And then in the beginning it was looking down at them. And even that's really deep, and that's, I guess, how beautiful art and creativity, film can be.
That's so true.
What age did you start this whole journey?
I was 16 when I bought my first camera, like a little mini DV camera. Saved up some money. Parents helped me out. Christmas, birthday, and the next, one of those.
They were like, this is for the whole year. Don't ask us for anything.
But I was really into a lot of people in the UK are into, like, subcultures and stuff. I was really into bikes. And we'd fix our own bikes, and from a young age we'd want to jump off curbs, and then it would be like, oh, there's a three set of stairs, let's jump our bikes over this.
Oh my word, I can imagine it right now.
And it evolved into you know, like really, like quite a lot of skill, you know, more than just doing wheelies and jumps and stuff. It became like a whole thing. And so I wanted to film myself on my bike. And back then I'd go to there was this one forum that we go to, and this guy had an FTP server, and people would upload their videos to it, and it would be like, this video got 25 downloads, and it was this cool community where you'd share like just doing bike tricks, really. And it became this culture and this community, and it was way before YouTube. And, you know, I had this computer in my room that was so slow, and I remember editing on Windows Movie Maker for the first time, these crazy transitions. But it's fascinating. I look at the first thing I ever edited, and I look back at that, and I really feel like it has my stamp on it. So when I think of, it was the idea and some of the things I was exploring, the way that I was interacting with life at 16 years old, I feel like there's aspects of it there, but it's imperfect in its sense of the technical and the knowledge and the, you know, I was just putting a camera on a tripod. But in the editing, I could feel, like, I tried to do everything in slow motion, but like there wasn't slow motion cameras. It was 25 frames a second, and I was slowing it down, so it was like, you know.
Oh, so you were doing
like a
it?
Almost like
effect.
stop motion, but like.
Oh, it was the frame that was.
Yeah, so I was
pausing.
like 10 times speed or something, you know, sorry, reverse speed or whatever, you know, and but I was like, no, this needs time. This needs time.
He was like, this is art.
Yeah, and I put it. I remember the first track I edited to was Portishead, which is like trip hop. You know, it's like this British kind of.
Oh, like PMX
Dun, dun,
boots.
dun, 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 dun. It is like, it's just like really like kind of deep, and this beautiful vocalist over the top of it, and I was like, yeah, this is what life's about.
Oh
This
my
is
word, yeah.
me when I'm on my bike, and you know, I'm sending these tricks, and you know, I'm jumping off this roof of this building, and then I'm stacking onto the floor and cutting myself up. But it's all in kind of like juddery slow motion, and everything's in grayscale. But there's, you know, like I'll show it to you guys later. You'll probably laugh.
So
but,
deep.
But it was like it was coming from a place, right?
Yeah.
Where I was like, actually, I think there's something beautiful about this movement. But I didn't have the technical skills, that avenue to really creatively put that stuff out there.
I'm kind of curious about how you went from PMX to like foodie content. Like that's quite a jump, right?
Right. I think it's really about like authenticity.
Yeah.
So like I've never been a foodie. Like growing up, I was quite a fussy eater.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's the British cuisine, I don't know. But actually, it was until I tried spicy food, like Indian food or, you know, kind of Mexican food in the UK, that I was really like, wow, food is good.
Oh.
And then I got a taste for it, and then I thought I only like spicy food, so I just eat spicy food all the time. Then I moved to London and tried lots of different other types of food, and I was like, wow, this is cool. Then I came to Korea, and I think it just blew my perception of not just the taste, but the environment in which you eat, the atmosphere. And I think that always stuck with me. It was that first time having barbecue, Korean barbecue, on the round table, and just like, wow, what's this panchan? What's this? What, someone's cooking? Like, how does this work? Like, this is phenomenal. And there's a closeness around, you know, the round table brings you in. It's community, and it's really, really phenomenal kind of experience. And I think that was where I craved that sometimes more than the actual taste of the food. I mean, the food is amazing. Like Korean food, some of the best cuisine in the world. And it still feels like an endless adventure to go and try something. And for me, that's been a journey in the sense of trying things that I'm not comfortable with. Mm-hmm. But then that's where I've really found, again, stories, places, like what it's more than just, Korean culture is so much more than the food itself. But if you want to understand Korean culture, you have to go through the food.
Yeah.
And you have to go through the language.
Yeah.
If you work out those two things, then you're in.
That's true.
So for me, like, rather than, I wouldn't necessarily call myself a foodie. I mean, I could talk about Korean food for the next hour. Like, don't get me wrong, like 2 hours. Like, we could do a whole podcast series on that. But for me, it's about life. It's about, you know, Ducky and I going to just have some gopchang for Ita. You know, it's like, and then feeling that moment, you know, and everything that is embodied within Korean culture.
Well, for context, gopchang is intestines.
I'm just a bit surprised.
When you say it like that, yes, I do. Yeah.
I mean, I eat it too. I'm just surprised.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't had it in a while. I'm not sure how healthy it is, but when I first moved to Korea, we'd have like samgyeopsal, like Korean barbecue pork, right? And then we'd be like, let's go for like gopchang. We go to this place, and then they pour the soju over, then light it, and the fire would go like that, and then we'd
Dinner
be
and
eating
the
it,
show.
and then we'd have like bokkeumbap, and then we'd be like, right, samcha, let's go. You know, we'd like, let's go to this chicken place. You know, and it was like, wow, I was just feeling so much of the Korean culture. It was so good. back then.
Just for some context, so I don't think anyone listening to this is gonna speak Korean. So he just said
sorry.
to the like round 3, right? Sacha, like samcha.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Just context.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna know Korean.
Sorry.
Like,
Yeah.
No. You're good. Yeah, I know we all get it in this room.
The point is just to eat and drink the whole
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
you can't anymore.
But all right, well, good to know that if you start riding BMXs, you'll become a foodie, right? That was the story.
Is that the pipeline?
There's
Oh.
maybe not a clear link.
I thought that was the story.
Yeah.
Better start now. I don't know about you, Kay, but
Yeah.
when I was 16, I wasn't doing all that. I was studying for the SAT like a normal Korean American. What were you doing?
I was busy. Hey, at 16, I was busy. I was studying. I was playing hockey. I was doing everything. I was in clubs. It was a lot.
Hockey.
Yeah, field hockey.
Hockey. Oh, field hockey. But still, like,
Yeah.
hockey. Well,
Field hockey. I was like debating.
is hockey popular? I guess Americans don't really play hockey.
You're thinking about ice hockey, right?
I'm thinking about hockey in general.
Oh, because you're
Yeah.
talking about hockey, right?
Yeah, like field
On a-
hockey, like-
Yeah, field
Yeah.
hockey. Yeah.
I feel like that's only a Canadian thing to me, so I don't think anyone else outside of Canada actually plays hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, at 16, you were doing more than I was.
Yeah, I was busy. And in hindsight, there was no need to live like that in hindsight. But yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, if there was, I guess, any, this is off the top of my head, but
Sure.
if there was like anyone that wanted to start getting into bike riding,
Okay.
how do you even get started? Like, how did you get started?
My brother was into it first. I mean, I was always into bikes. Like, it was always a big part of my life. The first time I jumped on a bike and I just kept cycling. I was like, what would happen if I just went in a direction? It was the first time you have, as a kid, your first vehicle for freedom. So that's what it was first for me. And then through the tricks and the stunts, I, met people, other similar people who were interested in it, created a community. So I think not necessarily how do you start, but it's more find something you enjoy and do it. And don't let go of that I sacrificed a lot for my bike, and in hindsight, probably wasn't the wisest decisions. I left school at 16. I didn't do very well, but I was always out on my bike. And one of the reasons I didn't do too well at my exams was because I was just riding my bike.
Wow.
But it created a different way of me to learn about people and friends. Like, I had these amazing, beautiful friends through that, even to this day. So
I feel like you love observing people. Like, that's what I'm hearing. And I'm curious, like, when you observe someone, what do you really like to notice first? Or what do you notice first about this person or the situation, I guess?
it's fascinating you say that, because I literally, even when I was younger, I used to sit and go to like these coffee shops, even as a kid,
Yeah.
and just watch people. I just like loved it, because I'm very like hyperactive, and I'd have these moments where I just like stare at people, and I would think about their stories.
His heavy
kind of
eye
make
contact.
up like, oh, this person does this, or this person, I think really what it is humanizing people. I think we can dehumanize people
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Like, and you feel it, like, and I think like that, this culture of tinted windows. I kind of observed this in Korea a little bit. Like, in the UK, tinted windows are illegal. Kind of dangerous if you can't see, is that person telling me to go? Just knowing what people are doing. But in Korea, it's very like, I just drove back from the East Coast, and I feel like there's a real separation from the human inside the car, because the windows are tinted.
Yeah.
It's like, this is my space, everything I do here. So if I don't signal, if I cut you up, it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think first and foremost, humanizing people, like looking at someone and saying, wow, like, this is beautiful, this is amazing. Like, first and foremost, thinking the best of someone. I think that's it doesn't come naturally to people, But I think that's where truth, authenticity, like real reality, I think, is, rather than thinking, oh, this person, what are they doing? Are they out to get me? You know, we can have like we can be very fast to have a negative attitude and mentality towards people, I think.
What a fun childhood. 16, just going to coffee shops and staring at people.
I mean, I love
I was also
watch. I get it. Yeah.
I was also like jumping off of roofs on
your
like
BMX.
bike.
Parkour.
Yeah.
With your
I was doing
camera.
some crazy stuff, so
Wow.
I was like, this is my downtime. Don't worry too much about that.
Oh, he was just like, okay, we need to calm down the adrenaline. Yeah.
Wow.
I was always doing something crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing that at 16.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah,
yeah.
Where
maybe
you guys
21.
were studying.
Yeah.
I don't think it's average for anyone to jump on a bike and do all this stuff, or even any type of career field, whatever they're gonna do. When I was maybe 16, I picked up a camera, but even then it was like still going to school and like taking a film class, TV broadcasting class. I think I would consider that lucky as a young age. Most people still don't figure out what they want to do until maybe 30s.
Yeah.
Right? Would you say you're at a point now where you know this is you and you're going to be doing this for a while? Or do you feel like also it's going to change? Not to age you.
What?
Because I said once you're at like 30, you kind of, yeah.
No, I mean, like, I remember when I was a kid, and well, not a kid, I was about 25, and the lady above, she turned 30. She was really nice. She worked in fashion, and we chat to her all the time, and she was like this older sister. She'd always give us advice, and she turned 30, invited us to her birthday, and we were like, what's it like? She's like, it's the best thing ever. She's like, your 20s are kind of, you have this amazing opportunity to find out who you are and what you like, and you think it's all about, you've got to get everything done like ASAP, but really it's like you're just trying some stuff and failing,
and it's okay,
and sometimes succeeding, and it's fine. But when you get to your 30s, it's like you've kind of weaned off and cut off a whole load of stuff that probably wasn't really who you thought you were, and stuff that actually is quite paralyzing and suffocating, and even stuff that your desires that sometimes you kind of have to just squash a little bit because they're actually not channeled through the right thing. But she was just like, yeah, it's like so liberating. I feel like I'm now in to like adulthood a little bit. And I remember her saying that because I was like, in that moment, it didn't feel like that was going to happen. I was like, oh, I don't want to be 30, you know. And now I'm 37, and I think there's always an adventure to be had. And there's a time for everything. There's on my Instagram, I have this Bible verse. It's my favorite. I think it's the most profound thing ever. It's from Ecclesiastes, and it says, there is a time for everything, a time to be born, a time to die.
Oh, yes.
A time to plant, a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to laugh and a time to mourn. A time to gather stones, a time to refrain from. And I don't know, for me, it's just like, when I read that for the first ever time, why is this so profound? And I think understanding the time you're in liberates you from trying to be somewhere you're not, or trying to be, I need to be there, or I need to do this, or it's just like, oh, this season right now, the same as like we're coming to the end of summer. It's like, thank goodness it's not humid anymore. Now the mosquitoes are out. Okay, so now it's a time to put the mosquito spray on when I'm hanging out at the Pyeongchang with my mates.
Time to be bitten by mosquitoes.
Yeah, and then like in next month's going to be like, oh, the daytime's amazing, the nights are freezing, I've got to take a jumper with me. So you prepare for certain seasons. We know it's going to be cold, like this winter, So there's certain things you can prepare for a little bit, but I can't go to the East Coast in December and pretend that I'm going to go swim with a load of fish, because it's not the right time for it, right?
I mean,
I could, and it would be an adventure.
At 16.
Yeah. But I think that's really what I'm learning, is like, not everything is at this age you do this, at this age you do this. And I think that's incredibly liberating, because I think we're grown in a way where you go to school, you go to university, you do the job. And that sometimes works. And for a lot of us, if you do one job for the rest of your life, become 5 years of studying to become a doctor, you become a doctor, and then you do that. Like, it's amazing. But I think for a lot of us, certain things, well, even in that, you'll have like life moments, like some people have kids at 18, some people have kids at 40. It's like that life stage is experienced at different ages, and I don't think like life is completely set out like in an objective way. So having an appreciation of that, like things can come to fruition. Like your experiences, you know, I could have made a feature film, for instance, at the age of 21, probably wouldn't have been that good, but it was my dream, you know. But it doesn't mean just because I'm 37 and I'm making short form content, that won't happen in the future. So I think holding those things loosely and being like, right now I'm doing this and I don't have to worry about everything else that hasn't happened yet.
I think like I'm listening to you speak, and I feel like anyone who's watching this would resonate a lot with that, because, you know, like for example, you do YouTube, you do TikTok and everything, and maybe there's someone who's watching this who wants to start, but like that feels like
I talked about mosquitoes and it's coming for me now. I'm like, back off, dude.
It was like you called. But yeah, I feel like somebody is probably watching this and that resonated with them because they want to start, you know, doing what you're doing. They want to start making content, but maybe it just feels like such a mammoth task for them. So like, I'm wondering if you have any advice for somebody who's in that kind of situation.
Interest. What are you interested in? If you're not interested in it, don't bother. Because if it does well, you got to keep doing it. So if you hate it already, you know, don't just do it because someone else has done it. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it, because just because something works, it doesn't mean you're copying it. It just means just find who you are in that as well. But yeah, find something you like. But I think what the world is starving for is authenticity. So find that thing about you that brings, you know, life to people in a helpful way. I think that was really helpful for me, like bringing it full circle a little bit. Like I was very like deep thinker. Everything has to be like quite sobering, you know, in my content. And then my wife was like, you know, when you hang out with people, they smile. And I was like, what? Do they? Like, and like very British, I don't know. I was like, oh, I make people smile. And she's like, you bring joy to people. You have this amazing gift. And she's like, I think you should focus on showing that and just make content about that. And I went out, you know, with this 360 camera and just was like, okay, let's try it. Let's try and just be nice to people and whatever. Let's just start a conversation. She's like, you do that every day anyway. But what would it look like if you recorded it? And that felt like the start of this journey, this new chapter, really, where I've been able to, just show that side of my personality and not get too focused on everything is like so deep and meaningful, which is great. But I think what it's I needed people to show what is my authenticity as well, and I think people respond to that and relate to that. So I think my advice to people would like be who you are, like authentically, not in your opinions. Like don't force your opinions on people because it's just exhausting. Like people don't want to watch that content. You might get a whole following of people who agree with you, but you'll probably get a lot of hate as well. And you know, if you've got something that you feel passionate about, that's fine. But you know, be authentically human. You know, and that looks like I could have easily said to myself, my Korean's not good enough. You know, or I have to edit it even harder to make my Korean make sense. Sometimes I do. Because sometimes my Korean, I say the same thing 4 times. I'm like, that was the better one. I'm using that. But it's about communicating. You know, it's about communication. And don't find excuses in yourself to not be yourself. Like, the reality is I don't speak fluent Korean in the sense that my Korean's okay, I get by. But I'm not Korean. So, well, I can lean into that, actually. Earlier, I was reading that message to you guys.
Like the typos, yeah.
It's like, it's fine. It's not like you don't have to create barriers for yourself to be who you actually are. I don't have to pretend like I'm this foreigner in Korea who speaks perfect Korean, but I can be, you know, that person who goes into a space and tries to converse, because that's what I do day to day anyway.
Yeah, I think that's true because when a company like, for example, BuzzFeed was blowing up back in 2012. I'm sure you've heard of BuzzFeed. Like everyone's heard of BuzzFeed when it was rising. Sure. They specifically didn't hire anyone that was in the film world. They only hired people that was like in their own career, because anyone could learn how to use a camera. And so they hired like a chemical engineer to make food videos or something like that. It was just stuff they loved to do. And so they all just joined this, like, I think it was called a fellowship program at the time for BuzzFeed, and they just trained people how to use a camera for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And then that's how like the rise of BuzzFeed, all these channels, personalities came about because they were so good at what they just loved,
Right.
and then just picked up a camera.
Right.
So it's kind of similar to your story. You've been doing this for how many years now?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, like I picked up my first camera at 16, so
Yeah. So what is that? 20 years
40,
plus?
45 years.
Wow.
Hey, f off, dude. We only met today. Yeah, I'm 37, so yeah, 21 years.
21 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing. Okay, I don't know if you've seen like his first ever videos was maybe like shot on cameras, like not the first ever, but when he was starting to like publish them on YouTube. And then now he's just shooting with a Insta360, and it's a career. So like times will change, and it's kind of crazy that within 20 years you kind of go back into a circle of like lower quality camera in some sense.
Yeah.
Not that it's
Well, now it's
lower.
called vintage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Or classic.
Yeah. Sorry if I offended anyone saying low quality GoPro. I love you guys. Or Instago.
Oh.
I did want to ask you one last question and
Sure.
see, like if you were to like redo this again, this whole career of from biking to, I guess, making food videos. If you were 16 again, or you could see yourself, what would you say to him? And to get to a point where you would be like now, I guess.
Wow. Me at 16, I was like just a bit of a mess, you know, like hormonal teenager boy. You know, it's like you're really just. But I think the journey is. I wouldn't change the journey because that's what kind of where I am now. It's like I don't necessarily want to be anywhere else. But I think what I would say to myself is don't take yourself so seriously.
Wow.
Like life isn't all about what you're feeling or
Money.
or yeah, and like tomorrow is probably always going to come. You know, I think if I was talking to my 16-year-old self, very low self-esteem, no confidence, it's very not really much sense of, you know, probably put my identity in way too many things like bikes. You know, I barely ride my bike, you know, my trials bike anymore. So it's like, you know, it's how important really was that, but it was something to cling on to. But I think I don't think I would change so much. Don't take yourself too seriously, and just be patient.
Do you feel like you struggled a lot in that process?
I mean, many processes, yeah. I definitely struggled in a lot of things, yeah. In some ways, we're all the same, right? But in other ways, we're wildly different. And I don't think I appreciated the things that were different about myself. Quite a negative view.
Okay, do you have any other questions you'd want to...
No, I mean, I just enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah. This was great.
Yeah.
It came to be more of like a deeper...
Yeah,
intimate.
I was like, I didn't try to make it deep. I wasn't
Sorry,
trying
that's
to,
my bad.
No. That's his specialty. And it's
I'm also a verbal processor, so I was just like, you'll ask me a question, and I'm literally like 2 minutes in responding. I'm like, I literally have no idea what the question is. I'm like, I feel like I'm answering it, but then you
Yeah.
go,
I feel like you were answering it
Okay.
though. Like I didn't get that
Yeah.
vibe at all. Yeah.
I feel like my question was like, oh, so what age did you start? He's like, so when I was 16, I started
Yeah,
riding
and
a
then
bike.
that led to like this. And then
I was like, oh, okay.
but that's what we want to hear. Like,
But
yeah, that was fun for me.
yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone nowadays though, like, they want to become YouTube or make content in some shape or form, and so you're like, it's crazy. You've been doing it for a while, but you've changed directions, and you went from maybe bike riding to food to now both, right? Sometimes you show it that you're riding a bike or motorbike or whatever it may be.
Sure.
So it's like you're actually implementing everything that you've done along the way.
Yeah.
So I think that's a beautiful take. Like, that's what I got from this.
Yeah.
Just do what you naturally are drawn towards, and how can you blend it all together and show it?
Yeah.
I think what I got from this is like I really liked everything that you said about authenticity and like not having to be perfect, but just kind of getting the true story out of whatever the situation is. I think especially because like these days everything is about being trendy or going viral or whatever the case is. So I feel like that really resonated with me as well. Yeah.
But yeah, thanks, Joel, so much for coming all the way here from
Around the corner.
Last message you want to say to anyone that's getting into it's probably going to be people like that are editing or editors that are watching this, and maybe some of your own fans.
Well, if you've made it this far into the podcast, thank you. But yeah, just keep making stuff you love and keep telling stories. And, you know, through the edit, you know, it takes a lot of time. Like, not everything turns out how we first want it, and not everything is how we remember it. So keep working hard in the edit and being able to share those stories in a way that is true to what you want to do.
If you want to go follow Joel, it's at Jipseekid. Is there a number at the end?
No, Jipseekid.
KD, right? Okay, just
Very,
Jipseekid.
very
Yeah.
rememberable.
Yeah, Gypsy with a
Memorable.
J.
Thank you.
Gypsy with a J.